Hey guys, what's up? I'm Rohit, my host on Carblog India, and this is the new Maruti WagonR, the 2019 third generation WagonR that has been launched, the new bigger WagonR that has been launched by Maruti Suzuki India. And in this video, we are going to review this car. We are going to tell you how it looks, how it drives, how are the features, space, comfort, everything, including mileage and all that you need to know. So let's get started. Let me first show you the exteriors of this car, and this car does look quite different from the previous generation. In the silhouette you can still recognize it for the WagonR, and it still retains the shape of the previous car, but it is now much different in aesthetics. As you can see, there is a new grille, wider headlamps, there is second grille at the bottom. This grille gets some chrome treatment on the top of the line variants, and you see the headlamp design is also quite chunky. There are fog lamps provided here, so the front of the car looks really attractive. You also get body colored outside rear view mirrors with turn indicators mounted on them, so the car does look quite attractive from the front. Move to the side and you will see there's a lot of sculpting this side. Like unlike the previous generation car, this has much more sculpting. As you can see, there is this sculpting, this body line going on. There is one line starting from here going all the way up to the back, and the rear tail lamp cluster moves to the side as well. You can see the side of the tail lamp cluster here. The top of the line variant does not get alloy wheels, but there are accessory options, so you can pay extra and get alloy wheels done on this car. But as a standard fitment, there is no alloy wheel on the top of the line variants on the WagonR. The rear also gets some chrome treatment here, and the tail lamp cluster looks quite smart, and it goes all the way up to the roof, and there is some blackening happened near this rear pillar of the car, which makes it look like a floating roof, so it gives it a floating roof effect. It also gets reflector here on the bumper at the rear. The designing does make it look like a big car. From the rear it's not so attractive, but from the front and side it does look really good. So the car in terms of aesthetics is quite good. Let me take you inside and show you the space and comfort features. This is how the key looks, and this comes with the keyless entry, so you unlock using this key, and then you open the door. This is how the driver side door console is. As you can see, there is space for a water bottle and some map pockets here. The driver side console, which has been carried over from some other Maruti cars, this looks quite standard fitment from other Maruti cars. This is also quite standard, and the door design is a no nonsense but utility driven. It has space, it looks good, and it functions. And this is how the interior looks like. The tone and the color and the seat design has changed. The head restraints are now integrated in the seat, they do not move anymore, and the driver seat does not get height adjust but only the recline. The bolster support and the side support is good. The cushioning on the seat is also pretty good, and they are comfortable to sit on. And this cabin also looks quite good, and the quality of materials has definitely gone up compared to the previous generations of Maruti WagonR. If you just touch and feel the plastics, they are much better in quality. The color theme also makes it look airy. You can see the satin finished silver accents here, the round AC knobs on the sides, so these can swivel. These are somewhat like we have seen in the likes of the Hyundai i10, and these are the middle AC vents, and you have an infotainment unit in the middle which is quite loaded. So let me turn on the car and show you the same. And this is how the instrument cluster looks like. There is a digital tachometer down here, which is the smaller dial, which also has fuel gauge, odometer, and then you have a large speedo dial in the middle, and the warning lights etc. have been provided here. This is the infotainment console, and they have Suzuki Connect, so you connect using the smartphone, and it is a touchscreen infotainment. You can just touch to activate it, and it's quite utilitarian. It comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so it's quite good, and also gives you some car related information, for example range etc. And if you're not wearing your seatbelt and you start driving, it gives you seatbelt reminders here, low fuel reminders here. So it's sort of integrated with the car's management system, so Along with watching the warnings here on the instrument cluster, you can also watch it here, which is a good thing. This is how the inside rear view mirror is. This is the day-night inside rear view mirror, and you get a mirror on the vanity mirror on the sun visor for the passenger. And this mesh that you see here is the microphone for this central console. So it comes with the audio controls on Bluetooth for this one is for your Android Auto, etc. And these are the phone controls. And here you have the mode, etc. for infotainment. And this side does not get any control. The steering wheel design also looks good. There are 2 airbags on some of the variants, and 1 airbag is standard on all the variants. It also gets ABS, etc. for safety. This is the manual gearbox variant that we are driving right now, and we are also testing the AMT, which is the 5-speed automated manual transmission, which is a sort of an automatic. It's not a true automatic, but for the sake of simplicity you can call it automatic. You get the aux and USB connections here. This is the 12-volt power socket, and you have some storage over here near the handbrake area, some storage here, some storage here. And this is how the glove box looks like. It's quite deep, so but it's not a cool glove box, it's a standard glove box. And there's no automatic climate control even on the top end. This is the manual AC that you get on this car. Since it's a budget car, so it's all right to have this feature set. Talking of the rear seats, the door console is somewhat similar to the front one, except for the power window controls. And this is the power window control here for the rear. And here you have this cubby hole where you can place your mobile phones, etc. And then you have these small bottle holders, etc. here. And this is how the rear seat looks like. It's more of a flat bench, but it comes with 60-40 split arrangement. The cushioning, etc. is good, and the leg room, as you can see, is quite good. And the headroom is rather excellent. It is very spacious when it comes to the height. It has a tall boy design and utilizes the space in terms of headroom. It's comfortable for 2 at the rear. Third one maybe a little squeeze, but thanks to this open and almost flat floor, that it feels comfortable even if you make a third passenger sit. There's a rather large parcel tray at the back, and let me show you the boot now, which is one of the most interesting talking points of this car. Unlike many other cars in this segment, this comes with a really large boot. This is 300 liters upward, and if you split if you like put down these split seats, you can selectively open up more space. Let me remove the parcel tray and show you. So this is how you split the 40%, and if you recline this 60%, then you get close to 700 liters of boot space. That is really a lot for this segment of a car. So when it comes to utility, this car is bang on utilitarian in terms of the flexibility that it offers and the kind of luggage that it can carry around. Talking about the driving dynamics of this car, it is, I would say, average at best. The car is a tall boy, so the handling manners are not that great, but on the highway it does feel stable enough. However, I don't feel very confident going above 100 kilometers for 2 reasons. One, the weight of the car is not very high, it's around 850 kilograms. So it can be unsettled easily if there is a fast moving truck which crosses it. So going up to 100 kilometers per hour is probably not recommended. Although we tested it, it can go easily up to 140. But you have to downshift considerably for that. I have to downshift for 3rd or 4th gear. In 5th gear, the acceleration is comparatively lower. The steering feedback is good enough. This car is very practical and is powerful enough for the kind of weight it has. The acceleration is also good, but it is not meant for enthusiastic driving. The braking is confidence inspiring. It has ABS, which means that it will make you feel safe. It stops the car in a very predictable manner, so there is no drama when it comes to the braking. The gear shifting is smooth and sorted. The AMT version also works pretty well. So the car is very well sorted when it comes to driving manners. However, it is not very enthusiastic when it comes to handling. On the plus side, the comfort is pretty good, and it gives you a good ride comfort on even slightly bad roads. It's not meant to be taken to very bad roads, but if you take it to roads which are slightly bad, it can easily deal with that, and also the high ground clearance of this car helps with the same. All in all, this car is easy to drive, it's very easy to maneuver, has a high seating stance, so you have very good visibility of the road. It gives you comfortable ride, good steering, and predictable stopping distance when it comes to braking. The acceleration with the 1.2 liter engine is also pretty impressive. It churns out around 82 bhp of peak power. There is 1 liter engine which churns out 67 bhp of peak power, which is also good enough for a car of this weight. But again, if you want some punch out of it, maybe a 1.2 liter is a better option to go with. The mileage when it comes to these two engines is around 21.5 for the 1.2 and 22.5 for the 1.0. But in real world, you can expect somewhere around 15 to 16 km per liter on normal city driving. So how do I sum up my review of the new WagonR? Well, summing up my review, I would say this car looks good. It has a lot of space. It is very practical. It gives you good fuel mileage. It is low on maintenance. It's low on entry cost. It gives you an automatic option and comes with a set of powerful engines. So all in all, it's a good practical car to drive, although it may not be as fun to drive as some other cars in this price segment, but this checks most of the boxes and is a really good car. If you are looking to own a small car in the long run, this car will not disappoint you. This brings us to the end of this video. What are your thoughts and suggestions? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed watching this video, give us a thumbs up by pressing the like button, and make sure you subscribe to our channel and press the bell notification icon for the latest video updates from Car Blog India. This is your host Rohit Khurana signing off. Thanks for watching and have a good day.